We got a crazy video that's going viral out of the state of Virginia involving a track star assaulting another one during a race for whatever reason. Let's go ahead and play the news clip.
Turned out to an attack during a high school track and field relay race. One runner hit another in the head with a baton. Janae Norman here with the story. Good morning, Janae.
Hey, George, this is a crazy video that you have to see. It's unimaginable, unsportsmanlike conduct on the track. This morning, a high school track star is still recovering nearly a week after being hit on the head by another runner during a race. Junior Kaylin Tucker was running the second leg of the 4x200 relay in the Virginia State High School League Championships when the shocking incident happened.
That's when she hit me with the baton.
Watch again as you see the two sprinters running side by side as they round the corner with Kaylin on the outside, Kaylin's mother cheering her on. Just as Kaylin is passing the other runner, the athlete swings her baton, striking Kaylin.
I just felt a bang on my head and then I fell off the track immediately.
Kaylin dropping her baton and reaching for her head.
The whole Coliseum pretty much gasped. I just jumped up out of the bleachers immediately and ran to her on the main floor.
The 16-year-old was later diagnosed with a concussion. The family says neither the athlete who struck Kaylin nor the other team's coaches checked on Kaylin or reached out afterwards.
To see that they kept running and she not stop and check on my daughter, that was the part where I was like, it couldn't have been an accident.
The other runner, who attends IC Norcom High School, has not been named. Kaylin's parents say Norcom's athletic director and the girl's father apologized in a phone call, but they're still waiting for the opposing athlete and her coaches to reach out.
We definitely want the coaches and a personal apology from the actual athlete as well, because it's only right.
The Virginia High School League saying in a statement, "We thoroughly review every instance like this," adding, "The VHSL membership has always made it a priority to provide student athletes with a safe environment for competition." Meanwhile, Kaylin's parents say that they're still waiting to see what disciplinary actions will be taken against the other athlete before deciding their next steps. In the meantime, guys, because Kaylin's been recovering for a week, they're hoping that she can finally return to school today. Because she's been out recovering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But glad she's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
So after seeing that video, unless you're blind, it seems pretty obvious to me that a young lady did that intentionally. And the young lady who was hit, her name's Kaylin Tucker, and her mom made a good point as well. If that was an accident and it wasn't done purposely, she didn't react in a way in which, if it was an accident, you're going to do it and say, "Oh my gosh." I understand she's in the middle of a competition, but you react in a way that says, "Hey, I'm concerned for what just happened to you because of an accident." So now let's go over to the other young lady, the attacker, quote unquote, allegedly. Her name is Aliyah Everett, and let's see what her family is saying. Now, the father did say that the young lady and her father called them to apologize personally, but let's see what they're telling the news station.
Tonight, a Portsmouth family says they're telling their side of the story in reference to a shocking incident at a Virginia High School League indoor track meet that left one athlete allegedly injured after she claimed she was struck by a baton held by IC Norcom High School senior Alayla Everett. Everett spoke exclusively to 10 on Your Side's Markeisha Jackson, who brings us much more.
The young athlete in question says there's more to that video than meets the eye.
Everybody has feelings, so you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
And I know this girl is a high schooler, but that's the craziest thing to say. During the process of you hitting her in the head with the baton, she's supposed to be thinking about what you're going through mentally.
Alayla Everett is a decorated athlete and senior at IC Norcom High School. She would have never thought her trip to the Class 3 track and field state finals last Tuesday would take a drastic turn.
They're going off of one angle.
Alayla visibly emotional because of this video from the meet. This was a 4x200 meter relay race, and she and a Brookville High School athlete were rounding a curve on the track when they nearly collided with each other.
After a couple times hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit.
It appears intentional, but Alayla says it was accidental.
But I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose.
I didn't have to see your first video, second video, 10th video. I know 100% that she won't do this to nobody.
Her parents outraged at the backlash. The IC Norcom relay team was disqualified, a ruling that a local USA track and field official finds questionable. He says a play-by-play look shows that the Brookville athlete was running closely to Alayla.
If a person comes up on the outside, they got to be a full stride ahead of me before they can cut in front of me.
The other family spoke with the news station in Roanoke asking for an apology from Alayla, something she wants to give, but she says the other athlete hasn't been receptive, blocking her on social media, and instead the Everett family was served with court papers.
And now we have to go to a city 3 hours away that everybody hates our guts already.
They're assuming my.
And they hate your guts because of your daughter's actions. Now, do I think that this one clip, this 10-second video, is representation of that young lady as a person? We all have bad moments in our lives. We all have moments in which we didn't do the right thing. And her moment happened to be televised. Do I think that represents her and her family? No. But one thing I won't respect, one thing I refuse to respect, is when people know that their family or loved ones are wrong and they still gonna defend it because that's their people. I will not ride with anyone like that.
They're calling me ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video.
VHSL says they are still reviewing the situation, and Portsmouth Public Schools says they will support whatever ruling comes from the league. Markeisha Jackson, 10 on your side.
And I don't know all the rules of track. That one gentleman tried to say she was a little bit too close, and I'll give you that. It's sports, man. Sports can get rough, and sometimes the lines can get blurred, but it's obvious that she hit that young lady with a baton, and that's not cool. And going back to her parents for a second, I cannot stand when people defend bad actions by someone in their family just because they're family. It always reminds me of the story I saw years ago on the internet when there was a guy who went into Family Dollar with a gun to rob it, and then one of the civilians inside the store had his gun license, and he turned around and shot him, and he deleted that young man. Their family comes in there saying, oh, he shouldn't have done that. He should have waited for the police. No, how about your brother shouldn't have been in there robbing people? How about that? I just cannot stand that. That's kind of, women are going to defend women no matter what. But I can't stand that as a man. And I'm not questioning this gentleman's manhood, but I cannot stand that as a man when you know what's right and wrong, but you don't want to call it out because it's your daughter. No. Here's what you guys do in situations like this. Here's what you do. You don't make any public statements. It's really that simple. Wrong is wrong and right is right. It's obvious that your daughter lost her temper. Her baton didn't get caught up in the other runner's uniform or whatever she's trying to call it. Your daughter lost her temper and did that. Again, does it make her the worst person on the planet? No. Do I believe she should be receiving death threats? Of course not. But she's a black athlete, and of course these racists are going to come and make all kinds of slurs that are not justified whatsoever. But y'all need to be accountable as well for your daughter's actions. She did what she did. Just own it. But apparently that's not something they want to do because they talk to the news again, and they're trying to justify her actions.
This morning, Alayla Everett, the track star at the center of that viral video showing her appearing to hit another runner in the head with the baton, is speaking out.
I would never do that on purpose. That's not in my character.
Everett says the incident is a complete misunderstanding, pointing to another angle of the race as proof.
The baton was literally like her arm was literally hitting the baton like this until she got a little ahead and my arm got stuck like this.
In the video, Everett is seen on the inside track running the 4x200 relay at the Virginia State High School League Championships when junior Kaylin Tucker came around the outside on the corner.
That's when she hit me with the baton. I just felt a bang on my head and then I fell off the track immediately.
Kaylin dropping her baton and reaching for her head. She was later diagnosed with a concussion.
We don't believe you. You need more people. And again, those are two grown men. One of them's her father, and I get it, man. I get it. You don't want your daughter to be put through a situation like that. But guess what? The minute she decided to strike that young lady with someone else's daughter with that baton, that's what it is. Again, she shouldn't be getting death threats and things like that, but it is what it is. But your best bet was to not respond publicly, and definitely not your daughter still trying to make herself out to be a victim. There's no accountability here.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right? It's many, like thousands, hundreds of thousands of people attacking me, and all of like her family is thinking of, oh, my daughter's hurt, so I don't care about her feelings, you know? And at the end of the day, I'm still a minor too. I'm still in high school. I'm worried about high school. I'm worried about getting my teeth pulled. My face is still swollen. I'm worried about my grades. I missed 2 days of school. I'm trying to get my grades together, and all this in my head is people sending me a new page posting it, a new news station posting it. I went to look up something on my mom's phone today, and it was on the Google thing from New York Post. And I'm like, nobody even heard my side. You know, they're just doing it for views, for clicks. But at the end of the day, they're not, like, nobody's considering my feelings, like nobody except for my family and my friends.
And those are the only people that should consider your feelings. And let me say something. I have a son that's 18, so I have a son that's older than this young lady. So I'm old enough to be your dad. And I'll tell you something that maybe your father should have told you. You were in the wrong. Here's what happened. It sucks that you're born in the internet age where everything is recorded and everything goes viral. Back in my day, that wouldn't even have made the news. But this is kind of what it is. But these are the consequences of your actions. This is the world we live in, especially with the internet. But here's the one good thing. With social media, everything moves on so fast. In a month or two, nobody's even going to remember this incident. Yeah, there's consequences to your actions. And this is it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Do Better Squad. Ball out.